December 19, 2007, a powerful explosion and fire occurred at T2 Laboratories, a small chemical producer in Jacksonville, Florida. The blast killed and injured workers, destroyed T2 Laboratories, and extensively damaged 4 nearby businesses. Windows blew into offices, striking workers with flying glass.
The explosion at T2 Laboratories is one of several accidents that the CSB has investigated caused by runaway chemical reactions. Accidents resulting from reactive hazards occur too frequently and often have serious consequences.
Behind me on this concrete pad, there used to stand a structure some 50 feet high that had a reactor vessel in it, in which the company that operated here, T2 Laboratories Incorporated, manufactured a chemical known as methylcyclopentadienyl manganese tricarbonyl, or MCMT for short. The entire structure and reactor vessel were blown away in the explosion.
T2 produced MCMT, a gasoline additive, in batches using a 2,500-gallon reactor. An operator controlled the process with a computerized system in a nearby control room. In the first step, liquid chemicals and sodium metal were loaded into the reactor, heated, and then mixed with an agitator. The reaction produced hydrogen, which was vented to the atmosphere. In normal operations, when the temperature reached 300 degrees Fahrenheit, the operator would turn off the heating system. But because this reaction was exothermic, or heat-producing, the temperature inside the reactor would continue to rise. At 360 degrees, operators would begin to periodically fill the reactor's cooling jacket with water. As the water boiled, heat was removed, controlling the temperature. However, on the day of the accident, the CSB found that the operator tried to cool the reactor as usual, but the cooling system likely malfunctioned, perhaps due to a blockage in the water supply piping or a valve failure. The temperature and pressure inside the reactor began to rise uncontrollably in a runaway chemical reaction. T2's co-owners returned to the plant after a worker called to report the cooling problem. While one owner searched for the plant mechanic, the other went to the control room. Concerned about a possible fire, he warned employees to move away from the reactor. Inside the reactor, the pressure was still increasing, reaching 400 pounds per square inch and bursting the rupture disc. Witnesses heard a sound like a jet engine as high-pressure gas began to vent from the reactor. But it was too late. Within 10 seconds, there was a massive explosion, equivalent to about 1,400 pounds of TNT. The blast damaged buildings over 1,500 feet away. Debris rocketed up to a mile. The co-owner and the operator in the control room were killed. 2 operators further away died from flying debris. 32 other people were injured, including 28 at nearby businesses.
This facility housed multiple types of chemicals. That was a kind of a mass storage of everything you can think of, and it was all mixed together and it was all burning together. And for our perspective from the hazardous material side, it makes kind of a worst-case scenario.